Bless up, bless up. Trying to do 6 point star. I'm doing it, but I can't show it to y'all in a way they're just looking at me in my face. Beautiful representation of myself and life, us, the universe, physical manifestation. It's been a real insightful weekend. It wasn't as productive as it may have been. It could have been, but it was productive nonetheless. And I was watching this Phil Valentine lecture about the metaphysics of DNA. And the brother was touching on some phenomenal stuff as always, and it just reminded me of I needed to put something down real quick, because people have certain perspectives about certain things, and sometimes it's skewed because of their feelings towards this thing. So you have to be unbiased in your perceptions in order for it to be fullness. This is what the reality is. So one of the things I wanted to talk about was just the religion of Christianity. Now, a lot of people have their points of views, and a lot of cons against it, and I definitely can understand that point of view. But I guess what I'm going to get at real quick is that my point of view is like I became conscious, what we call conscious. I became aware of this reality through Christianity. I went through Christianity first, but it was in the full dedication and doctrine of it, that I lived, that allowed me to be able to do this. And there are many others that have done this as well, but it is a difficult path to take, because the way that Christianity is set up, it's like, in essence, the love and the gratitude that you begin to have for the awareness of Jesus Christ begins to be exactly what boxes you in, because it's that sacrifice, that sacrificial love, that unselfishness that you appreciate, and that's what's supposedly the motive behind you being bound by these rules and laws and regulations. So that love, it's what's supposed to be freeing, but it's binding. So but what I wanted to talk about was that I was blessed to be able to be in a position where I was completely separated from society, and I can fully focus and dedicate all of my efforts and energies and my being into studying God's word, as it was given to me at that time period. That was the only word. So I studied it as if it was the only word. And this is once again a situation that Christians have, because they put on this front like they believe, like they're the only people that are right in their spiritual understanding of the universe and the way things are, and yet they don't even fully devote themselves to their own principles, and that's the unfortunate part, because if they were able to do these things, they would wake up like many of us have. They would become conscious of the universe and all of its many angles of love. So, and beyond, beyond that physical, beyond what could be spoken of, So, but it's not finger pointing always puts you in a position where you're pointing back at yourself, every time. So it's not about any type of religion. The ancestors and the beings, the interdimensional and extraterrestrial beings are all, these are living beings. So once you begin to do the work that you need to do, they're going to guide you exactly where you need to be. You know, you're going to guide yourself. Your higher self is going to step in once you're doing what you need to be doing. There's no doubt about it. This is without question. So that's why it's always the individual that begins to determine how far they're going to go and how high they will elevate. You know, you can't finger point a religion, so we have to get past these things and focus. Okay, well, listen, this is who is here. This is how we're going to be able to go forward and, you know, bring our brethren back into remembrance. You know, and awaken our brethren. This is how we're going to be able to build these communities that we desire and build these, you know, build these civilizations that we desire and live heaven on earth, you know, in this fifth dimension and beyond to those who are capable of, you know, achieving that. But nothing less than the fifth dimension. Nothing less than the fifth dimension. Nothing less. And that's a beautiful thing, because that's, you can't even put that into words, but it's a higher level of existence, a higher level of experience. Nothing less than full manifestation of being a creator, you know, beyond time. So we have to begin to live in these states of being, you know, this state of being, this state of oneness, this state of loveness, this state of gratitude, this state of acceptance. You know, that's something that we have to begin to live in. Acceptance and creation, co-creation and creation in fullness, understanding that there is no separation. You know, we have to live in this. So I just wanted to touch on that, and I guess I'll touch on a little bit more, maybe, you know, about how I went into Christianity like I did. You know, I was raised in a church. I was born in Flint, Michigan, raised in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and you know, the South is full of churches. You know, churches every 2 blocks. You got, you know, anyway. So a lot of churches. So we ended up going to this church, and we went to this church very devoutly. You talking about 4 days a week? You know, every other week, or at least every third week, you could say, like, it was going to be some type of revival, some type of situation where it was going to be multiple days of church, and these services will last quite some time. So I was raised in the church, and I knew that when I was younger, I really wasn't going to devote myself as much as I needed to be able to study and live with God, live in union with God, you know, live in harmony with God, as I thought it to be in those days. So once I got to the position where eventually and I'll go into my testimony in fullness another time. Once I got to that point, you know, I asked for this book, got the book, and I read it devoutly. And but in that book, what I'm getting at is that I was shown many things, even as I was walking through Christianity, and that was given to me through the public, and it was truth. Like, for example, on TBN, it was an episode they were showing, like, the process of how Israel became a country, and they mentioned one of the Rothschilds as being the key ingredient to be in the founding of the nation state of Israel. So that was one thing, and the other thing was there was a testimony given on one of the Christian channels. I used to just watch it all the time. There was a testimony given by this young lady, this young Latina lady who had been considered you know, psychotic and insane, and be put into a mental ward, and eventually she was visited by the spirit of Yeshua. And this is what they're saying on the TBN channel, the spirit of Yeshua, and he began to tell her what she was going to do and how she was going to be able to help people and deliver people and save them, you know, really help save them and really heal them and help them. So and eventually she began to go to different countries and deliver these testimonies on stage or in front of massive audiences, and she was able to download the language of the audience that she was in the country of, and give her, and, you know, speak the word, speak what was given to her. So you know, just those different things like that were, you know, and in the book I was given, it also spoke about the Council of Nicaea and about the Apocrypha. And this is a Christian study guide Bible, you know, by Reverend Finis Dake. So I mean, with that being said, you know, when you put your work in, you're going to continue to move forward. So I just wanted to speak about, you know, just the fact that it is possible for us to go through Christianity and become Christ beings, and it's up to us. You know, we need to do our work. We need to, you know, be in study of our word, and be in dedication of gaining our understanding, and living that in practical terms. You know, so I just wanted to put that down. You know, just Christianity to Christ is possible. You know, and that, as it is in every other religion, it's up to us. But let's live as Christ being. Let's live in love. Let's live in peace. Let's live in acceptance. Let's live in creativity in every aspect, in every form, and let's enjoy ourselves as we live heaven. You know, with each other. Blessings and love. Hotel. Namaste. TOD. Trees of goodness. Isaiah 61:3. Let's keep pushing, y'all. Let's keep going. Listen.